welcome back to The Rise. And I'm really happy that you're here, even though I'm going to talk about something I do not feel like making a podcast episode about, but I'm making it because I felt compelled to come on here and do an episode about what to do when you set a goal, you're excited, you're aligned, you know that you feel ready, you're willing to go all in, you're willing to put in the effort, you're willing to do the inner work, and everything seems to be getting in the way. Obstacles and challenges and problems. What do we do when that happens? So I want to talk about this because the temptation, if you're anything like I am, is to perceive these obstacles as a sign that maybe something's wrong, that you're not. I'll just tell you where my head will go depending on what the situation is. It will be either if it was meant to be, it wouldn't be hard. Maybe I'm not being supported. If you believe in like the universe supporting you, right? Suddenly I don't feel supported. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I'm doing it wrong. I'm not worthy. My like the gremlins, as you will take you potentially, if they're like my gremlins, right? Inner critic will take you all the way down to the level of identity. There's something, not okay and enough about you that this thing isn't happening. It can happen for other people, but not for you. And all kinds of narratives can start spinning. All right. So the temptation is going to be to see it as a problem, see it as a sign something's wrong, see it as something wrong about you, see it as evidence that it's not going to work and it's going to make you want to give up. Right. That's a very rational human reaction. You set a goal, it's moving, there's things in the way, things in the way, things in the way, things in the way, and then we make up a story that it's something that's a problem, and we run back to the familiar, the comfort zone, or defeat, or some kind of disappointment or failure narrative can come up. Okay, whatever story we run on a conscious or subconscious level is going to determine our results, right? Whatever sort of internal story, like the story we put around the facts of something. All right. So I want to walk through a process. I'm going to tell you a real thing that just happened, and then how I am going to navigate this so that you have a framework, and I want you to be able to navigate if you have a setback or a challenge or a series of roadblocks and challenges. And I'm sharing this because I know that if there's something you really want and you felt that initial excitement, you felt the spark, that there's a reason. It didn't happen by accident, and you still do get to be, do, or have this thing. And I want to give you something to do if this happens. So I set a goal a couple months ago I felt really called around YouTube. I want to contribute on YouTube. It's my favorite platform that I go to watch people's podcasts, to listen to meditations, to watch funny shorts, whatever it is. I like it. It's the one I go to all the time. I spend time there, and I want to contribute there. I want to give back there. I want to make an impact there. And I felt really clear about it. And I devoted myself. I didn't just like start slapping up a bunch of stuff. I actually started watching content creation trainings, and I started really devoting myself to studying how to make something that's really, valuable and something that people will be able to find if they're looking for it. And I did months of research and talking to people who have big YouTube followings and channels, and like really want to create something quality, studying what cameras and lighting, like really just went for it, right? And we start, putting things up on this channel, and, get some traction. Some people are watching things. We're getting some watch hours, some subscribers, and all that kind of thing. And then the real exciting piece was going to happen a month ago, when we were going to get out of an experimentation, research and development phase, and start running boosted posts, and, getting more eyes on the YouTube content. And at every single turn, there was a problem. First, there were, things that were getting bumped because they said, oh, there was a piece of music that wasn't, public domain, even though it was. And then we got that all sorted out and approved. And then there's some kind of glitch on my Google account, which is where through Google, accounts and Business Center, you can boost your posts. And there was some glitch that kept saying there was a problem. So I went in and made sure they had a active credit card, and there wasn't any outstanding balance from some Google thing I'd subscribed to. All that's taken care of. We called customer support. My team and I spent hours and hours filling out support tickets and getting online with people. And they all said, no, your channel's fine. There's nothing in our system that's a problem. You should be able to do this. And then uploading all of these videos and putting in the campaign to get it boosted over and over constantly. And it would just not go, would not ignite. They'd say, oh, just give it a few days. And a few days would go by. This has gone on for 2 months. And it'd be very easy to just say, well, maybe I'm not supposed to be on YouTube. You know, if you're in a relationship and suddenly it gets challenging, maybe I'm not supposed to be with this person. If you're in a job and there's tension in the team or the culture or your boss, maybe I'm not supposed to be here. Now, sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's like, this is not my place. And the way I discern is if I know, do I still have the calling? Do I still like when I knew I wasn't supposed to be in my corporate job anymore, there was no question about it. I was miserable. I realized I didn't not only want my boss's job, but I didn't want the corner office. I wanted nothing. It wasn't even like I don't want to be here in 10 years. I don't want to be here next week. And I felt a soullessness and a soul decay that was happening there. And it there was that is completely different. That's not roadblocks and obstacles. That's like I'm not in the right place. And there were many, many signs, and I waited for the piano to drop instead of leaving out the hey, this isn't your place. Okay, not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you know you do want to write the book and the campaign isn't working, no one's reading, or you do want to launch the program and you put it out there and no one buys it, or you do want to do the podcast and no one's listening, or you do want to grow a YouTube channel and you can't get the growth techniques to work. When you still have desire, that's how we know we still have calling. But it's very tempting to interpret this as, well, it works for other people, something's wrong with me, or something's wrong with this, or I'm not supposed to have it, or it's not right. And so what I offer to you is that if you still care and you still want it, it is your calling. It is right. It is your destiny. And all of these challenges and hurdles, whether they're internal, external, or both, in my case, are not dragging you back. And they are not a sign that you can't have it, not a sign that you're not worthy, and not a sign that you're doing it wrong, and not a sign of anything. They're simply part of the journey getting there. They're just simply part of the rise to your vision. And so what was the switch for me is, so first, right? The first thing is, what am I making up about it? I was making up that I'm doing something wrong. The energy isn't aligned. It can't happen, for all that, right? So we're going to get rid of that lie. Okay. And then it's just the facts. The facts are, I want to start this. I want to grow this YouTube channel. I want to contribute. I want to be, make an impact here. I want to find the people I'm here to serve and make a connection with them in a way that adds value to their lives and changes their day when they watch this content. I really want it. I still really, really want it. And the facts are that the boosting hasn't worked and something's wrong with the Google ads, right? And when I finally just said the facts, it's like there's no story around it. It's just, these are the facts. This is where we are. It hasn't worked yet. I don't know how to make it work. That's just the facts. And then the opportunity for me is to say, okay, so what's the new story? The new story is, this is part of the journey. The new story is, I'm going to learn something through these obstacles that's actually going to help me do something even better. The new story was that the channel, because I'd kind of just been putting up a bunch of content for a while, just kind of testing out being consistent, was sort of dead weight. And suddenly I'm sitting there because I let go of the limiting narrative that it's something about me and I'm not allowed and I'm not worthy and it works for other people and not for me and I'm an idiot and I'm a loser and I'm, all that stuff that the, grandma wants to take us to. And I looked at the facts, like, this is where I am. And then I said, what's the news? The news story is, if I have a calling to this, it is my destiny. And I sat there in that for a little while. And what Jamie is like, so start a new channel. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to lose those 800 watch hours. I'm going to lose the 2,000 something subscribers. Okay. So what? So what? And suddenly then a name for the new channel came in. And I was going to be, at Sarah Cannell, author for my own channel. Fine. Nothing wrong with it. My name, I write books, right? And then it was Thought Leader Media. I was like, oh, like I'm on with my team members telling me this. We're like, oh my God, that felt really powerful. It felt expansive. We felt it go through our bodies. I was like, and that's the space I want, because a lot of people, there's tons of people doing content creation and talking about, different business building and entrepreneurship, but there's people searching for specifically thought leader and converting content and viral visibility. And like, that's my calling. That's what I teach in our coaching programs. I want to bring that to YouTube. So I'm going to learn something in the valley, not just up on the summit. I don't want to miss the rare, precious flower that's down here in this metaphorical valley of suckness and obstacles and whatever. And I'm gonna bring it back up, and I'm gonna share it because it has an alchemy, it has an elixir, it's an antidote to something. There's something here I need. And so this isn't dragging me back, it's actually moving me forward. And so I'm seeing every one of these obstacles as a move forward. I'm seeing it as a big leap. And ultimately, that I will make a bigger impact than I ever could have made if the first plan worked. That's what I want to offer to you. If it's one single setback or it's a whole series of them, like I just had, what I want to offer to you today, what if? What if you'll play with me just for today? And play with that. Not only is it not dragging you back or stopping you or blocking you, that you're definitely not stuck at all. And that thing that has been feeling in the way, or that series of things in this case, is actually the exact portal to it being way, way better than it ever could have been otherwise. That's the truth. The new story is the true story. That's what Neville Goddard said. So I hope that this gave you something today. I'm going to keep this just to that. I just want to come in here and pour this in and say, like, if you have been having a setback, or you had one that you haven't gotten over, or you've got a whole bunch of them going on, that there's always a way. And those obstacles and those challenges are not only not a sign of anything being wrong, but they're actually catalysts to you having the thing you want even better, even bigger, even more gloriously. It just looks a little bit different. So I want to hear if this landed for you. And I really am excited to hear what happens on the other side when you, with me, if you want to do this with me, allow these setbacks and these challenges and obstacles to actually be a springboard and actually be an accelerator to your success. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy to be here with you today doing this. I'll talk to you soon. See you next time.